Hey guys, my name is Zeniac and welcome back to an episode of Dead End here in Cities Skylines. But today, I am going to answer the question that I asked you guys last episode. And that was, do we need more dams? Well, you're damn right we do. That was a terrible joke, Zeniac, please no. So you know that the whole of the region is pretty much borderline powered on one dam. Give or take a few other power plants. But we kind of took a look at the little river that runs at the back that we don't really pay much attention to, or we don't even look at often. And there's quite a few drops based around it. And as we built our beautiful waste facility last episode, and we kind of played around with the directional flows of water, it really did spark the idea that we could potentially build more dams. And that is what we're going to try and do this episode. It's either going to work out really, really well, we're going to get tons of more power in the region, or we're going to completely mess up the flow of the river, break the current dam that we have, and we were left with no power at all. Welcome back to another episode, guys. If you are enjoying the series, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. But right now, if I take a look at the powers, this bad boy is producing 1,600 megawatts. In total, we are producing 2,500 megawatts. Now that does come from various wind turbines. It does come from, what else have we got as well? More wind turbines. Some of our, I don't know if some of our kind of garbage processing facilities also produce power, but more wind turbines. You do have the odd little kind of, the car parking spot down here that produces a little bit of power. We have some solar panels all the way up here as well. So we got little bits and bobs all over the place right now that produce power, but it equates to the fact that we're now producing 2,500 megawatts of power. We're using 1,600. So if I delete everything, we still could technically run off the one dam, because the one dam right now produces 1,600. So yeah, technically we can run off it. Now what I want to take a look at is where the river separates here. Now I have the option to maybe potentially build up some kind of a dam here. It all depends on how low the water would flow once I've done it. I also have the ability to build a dam here with this big water flowing coming down. And as we follow this around, there is a slight drop just here too. Now, none of them are as good as this. And this took me a while to kind of perfect. So how these are going to turn out, I do not know. So I think what I'll do first is the obvious one. There's this one. Then we'll attempt the one down here. I don't know if there's actually one here. I mean, it's quite a bit bumpy. But I don't think there is one there. But there's definitely one here I can do, which might then back up the water going down there. We'll see what happens. So there's two I can definitely do. This one here, I don't know. If I place one here, it's really going to mess up the flow here, because it's going to have to back the water up before it can start working. So the town of Flood might be a flood. Oh my goodness me. So looking at this then, big drop there. Going back, it kind of is like an elevated river as the kind of land falls down to the side of it. So it pretty much starts all the way up here right now, which I believe there is a water source there. Yeah, just there. Okay. So we got to be a bit careful. If I back it up too much, it'll overspill. Oh, hold on. I'm in cinematic camera mode. It'll overspill the edges. And also, it's going to create a road. So we've got to think about how we bring a road up to potentially up there too. So, let's see what we can do then. Power! Oh my goodness me. This is going to be mental. So if I look about here. Above the water, we got that line and then another ring above. Following that all the way down, which is here. Right, following it. There becomes this one with a dent. Up to there. Okay, so I'm looking at where we could potentially back the water up. And it will be okay. So the dent is just there. To about here. What we're saying about that, or a bit further out. If I went a bit further out, it would be like this. But I think we should go here. Right, I'm going to drop it there, guys. I've dropped it there. So, in an ideal world in other places, the bottom of that is at the bottom of the kind of the drop. But we can't do that in the game because of how much it does drop down. Now, that will build up before it does start working. But I'm thinking, would it have been best if I pushed it further out a bit more? Like, literally following that line. If I selected here, and if I anarchied it, you're not really getting the distance. Or you... Ooh. You can. Right, hold on. How much further could I take this? I'm going to delete these, don't worry. I'm trying to find the perfect one. Ooh. Do you reckon that one's better? That's one hell of a dam. That is one hell of a dam right now. If that would work, that's glorious. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I reckon it's a bit too much. But the water will build up and up and up. It's roughly at the same height going all the way back as that one ring, so it shouldn't overflow. Oh, I feel like we've created something dangerous, guys. I feel like we might have created something a little bit dangerous. Let me fast forward. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the bottom piece to the level of the water below. That one didn't work out too well because of how high it is. But with how long it is, you're kind of limited to what you can actually do. This one, on the other hand, is a complete different disaster altogether. So that would take a while for the water to kind of low-key slowly build up. But it then should bottom out around about the same height. I could then get this road to kind of wiggle its way up, hopefully. I might just actually kind of bring it underneath the bridge slightly and then wiggle it up this way. Or even kind of bring it around here to connect into that section. Probably the better idea. But having a road overhead does then unlock all of this kind of area. Look, all the planes right now. Everyone's just chilling on the mountain before they get on their plane. So it's just a case of waiting for it to all fill up now. It is slowly now filling up. So once it gets to a certain height, it will activate it and it will start producing power and it will start letting the water come through. But also, without having that additional water coming down right now, it will limit how much is coming down here, which is very important. So if I quickly build this next one in before anything else happens, we should be okay. So if I choose there to there, how does that look? So it looks okay. We might have to bring the terrain around here. Let me pause. Up a bit more. Just for the sake of the water passing through. And that should be okay too. Man, I feel like a beaver right now creating all these dams. I really do. I do feel like a little bit of a beaver. Now, again, the water's slowly building up. It's not enough for it to turn on just yet. But we got to do all that fine-tuning like we normally do. We got to do all that fine-tuning. Now, while we wait for that to happen, the reason I say we could maybe do one here is because if I remember correctly, we had to create a trench to kind of restrict the water flow. Now, the height up here is 352. The height there is... Oh, no, it's all the same height. It does drop down slightly, but it's not going to be enough water flow. So I don't think we're going to be able to get a dam going through there. Which if I did build a dam, obviously it will back up the water and restrict how much... It will be a lot less water going through, meaning there will be a lot more water up here. Which will affect this dam. And we probably don't want that, if I'm honest with you. Because before we built that dam, the water levels were a lot lower. We've done this. If you go into my channel right now, you'll see I did a video on destroying the dam and how much the water, the levels dropped. So building a dam does back it up, makes the water levels go high. This is still building up right now. It'll take a little bit of time. But how are we doing now in here then? So this one might fill up first. I don't know. Crazy thing is, it's gonna to get up to the height of that, it has to push this up. So if you look at it in ideally, this third ring going around. So if I follow this one, it's gonna come up to this here. It's probably gonna go over it before it even pushes up even higher. Do you know what? It kind of has to go higher. It's because to get up to here, which is to there, it might even go up to the next one. Yo, that's got to go high. That's got to go high. Right, is this turning on yet? We're getting close. We're getting close. Right. While we wait for that water to kind of hurry up, I'm going to actually go overlooking lost wages right now because we still have that huge residential demand. And I'm thinking, as it's all kind of skyscrapery stuff down this side here and down here, I feel like this low density residential kind of slightly feels out of place. Same with the low density commercial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of the low density stuff. So that's now all gone. I'll replace this commercial with the high density commercial. And then replace all this residential with the high density residential. That will then hopefully bring more people to this area, satisfy the rest of that residential demand, and also that little bit of commercial demand too. Big helps. They should be really, really big helps. Okay. What will let that kind of tick along? How's our waste facility doing? Everything's still looking good. No one's sick, are they? Please, no one be sick. No, everyone's all good. It's all good, boys. Nothing to worry about. Damn. This is going to take forever. Well, how's this one doing? Oh, okay. This one's now producing water. So we get... That filled up pretty quick, didn't it? That really did. So it will take a minute or two as it starts letting the water flowing through versus overspilling, all that kind of jazz. But 120 megawatts right now? That's not too bad. We'll have to configure the rest of the road as well to kind of make sure it doesn't spill out anywhere. But I don't think that's too shabby. Where we get this to go through, I might make it go through a little tunnel. And then pop out on the other side. Not sure where I'll make it pop out. I could even make it just kind of pop out here and then drive down to connect to there. Make it a little bit easier. But we've got a couple of options anyway. So a nice little dam there. Hopefully we can get this to continually flow. 128 megawatts is a decent amount. So it's going to go for the phase where it turns on. Then it turns off. Turns on and turns off as it kind of keeps spending the flow behind. Now, this is about to turn off very soon because it built up, it let it all through, but the rate it's letting it through is quicker than the rate it's filling it up. Now, we've got to wait for this one to turn on. So we have additional water flowing down. Once that turns on, more water coming down right now. Yo, look at what is going on here. It goes uphill. What that is there, that is probably the final last bit of flow before we dam this off, because we kind of slightly created a little bit of a wave. But this is getting higher, guys. There is so much water ready to be exploded behind that dam wall right now. I'm excited. Right, how is Las Wages doing right now then? Building up. So we got nearly at a 74,000 population. We'll break that. We might get close to 75,000 too. You just don't know. But it wasn't enough, that commercial bit, to spend that demand. So we could do some more spending of the demands. And there's not really a lot of commercial over here, is there, considering what we've got going down. So maybe it would be nice to build a few more pockets of commercial. So I'll build some there. We'll have a little bit of a strip of commercial here, among the casinos. Because that's where we have a lot of people out and about. Alright, do some just here. Just there, a little bit, couple of little pockets I can use. Just there as well. No, I won't do any there. Trying to go for little hot spots. I don't want to ruin too many of my trees. So we see how much of that he then spends. Any like low density commercial I can replace or get around here. There's a few little areas, like definitely over here where there's so much residential versus the commercial. Could be one either side of the train station right there. I feel like this area just needs more commercial in general. Yeah. Right, is it turned on, the dam? Okay, that one's turned back off, so it will overflow. Because obviously it's coming in waves. It turns back on. 112. 144. So like I said, it will come in waves, that will. It really will. This is getting close. This is getting awfully close right now before the dam is ready to go. And that additional water flow will really savour this. So it overflows, then it will stop overflowing as it starts pumping the water out from here. But then again, like I said before, it will pump out more than it's got coming in, so then demands will slow down. You got to wait for this whole riverbed going down here to be level. But again, nothing can happen until this is done and dusted. We've created a huge bowl here. A huge bucket of water ready to spill. Oh no. It's going to go crazy. Right. Commercial demands. It's added a few in there, added a few in there. It's got some in there right now. We do need some additional. We really could do with some additional. So I might as well just kind of go for a little bit more around these areas. Oh, stop. High density. Right, it's near the airport, but it's not near where the planes are flying off to and from. So we can get away with that. See, I don't want to place any around there. I'll do a nice little section just here at the back of the casino. There's a little bit of a strip there I can throw down too, which would do. I'm saving this space here for a little nature reserve. So I don't want to mess around with that too much. Don't want to go... I mean, I could definitely do something around this side, but is it worth it? Might as well get all this set up then. So a little shopping area outside the airport. I mean, it's not the best, but you got to think about it. Look how many people are walking around here, tourists. They could be doing some shopping in these stores on the way to and from. So that should spend it. It's a good location for it. Right, very, very close. Very close. This should be slowing down now at some point. 160, 192. It's actually going back up. So it might have found a flow, which is good. But it's definitely dropping down right now before we had the overspills. But you got to remember, I've got another wave to come yet from this. But then again, this is going to go for the exact same feelings and emotions that the other ones do right now, turning on and off, overspilling. Because it took a while to get this one sorted. It really did, till we found that really, really smooth balance. But we're getting close. Oh my goodness me, are we getting close right now? We really are. So while we're waiting then, we should kind of think about doing the roads, right? I think we should. So the road then here. Now, we'll do it to the ground by a 10. Because obviously it creates that boundary. And I want it to go in as a tunnel. So if I do it like that. So it looks like it goes really high. I don't know why it chooses to do that, but that's okay because we can play around with this. So if we align this to the object height of... And how did that happen? I have no idea. Can I undo that? I have no idea. So that was really weird. But if I align it to the object height of this then, so they're kind of at the same level, then I bring it down myself. So it's going into the tunnel at the correct angle. Yep. Nice. Now in reality, right, if I do the terrain height, so here is 403, here is 452. So I could make it come to there. Down here is too low. So where is 403? So it's up there. So it is going to have to come up here, because that would be too much of a huge drop down. That would be too much of a huge drop down. So from the road side of it, I'll have to bring the road down there and then cut in. So if I get rid of the 5 there. So if I went by a 20 here, and then we'll kind of match them up in just a second. And then alright, if I bring it up to about a 10 there. And then we get the tunnel going in. That's how we're going to create... Is that close enough, you reckon? I don't reckon that's close enough. Right, do it there. Then if we... create the tunnel here. And then... if I did a connection... because I could go from here to... or is it because that's not classed as being under? Is that really not classed as being underneath? What's going on here? There we go. Why is that not classed as going underneath? There, finally. Jeez. So what I was going to do anyway is connect from there to there. So we just got like some kind of a smooth entry point. There we go. And if I sort the alignment out of this, because this feels dramatically high. So these 3 here, and if I go underground to select the node there, if I line it to the object height of this one outside, so it does drop dramatically down, we get that. Get rid of that one, and then start raising this up to a point where we feel like it's a comfortable raise. And then start raising this one. Yeah. Okay, we'll take it. And then what we'll do... oh, is that going to be possible to do it not in underground mode? Oh, it's because I've got the wrong connection on, isn't it? So I can do it to there, which works out. And then if I go underground, which I've got to do it like this way, which is kind of annoying. There to there, so then that changes elevation beautifully, and just a little bit of terraforming just there will sort it all out. Right, this shouldn't be far off now by being turned on. Okay. Oh, he's actually whoa, it's actually producing. It's actually producing. It's just you can't see it. It's because it's already in the water. So that's going to go for the motions right now. It really is. Where it's going to overflow, then stop working and vice versa. But that should now be pumping water in. 700, 800. Oh my goodness me. Is this going to be as mental as the other one? 900? Is it going to go over 1,000? You can see the ripples of the water around right now. Over 1,000 right now. Oh my good God. This could be as powerful. If this dam bursts right now, holy moly. I'm actually slightly worried about this one because of how fast the water's flowing in. Is it going to be pumping out enough? But then again, I think to how wide this river is. We should be okay. This one's looking pretty cool. It's only 64 right now, but it's a nice consistent flow. It looks pretty cool too. That one looks dangerous though, doesn't it? If that burst, whew, we could have some issues, couldn't we? 1200. Oh my goodness. Is it still pumping up or is it bottoming out? So it went slightly down right there, so it is bottoming in out, if I can even say it right. So that's going to go for the motions where it's now going to drop down until it finds its level playing field. So while we're still waiting, let's get the rest of these roads connected. So in reality, what I'm wanting is, and we'll do it as a connection coming off here. So does it make sense to do like direct connections? I mean, it's not going to work there, is it? And that does feel like a big drop. So if I went like this, because we can make it beautiful anyway. Alright, that's as far as we can go with that bend. Let's just do it for all of them. Alright, bam for that one. Bam for that one. So heights all over the place, but we'll quickly sort that out. And we're going to slope all the angles up. I'm not actually liking a lot of this. There we go, nice little wiggle on the go. And then what we'll do, which generally breaks everything. Well, it doesn't really break everything, but you know what I mean. If I go from directly there to directly here. Or can I not push that far? There we go. Enter, which completely changes all my angles. That becomes a... I don't know what's happening here. It becomes a general incline. Going all the way up the hill. Which works wonders. It's just in a case of them making the rest of the terrain agree with us. Alright. I'll come back to that little entry point because that's going to be a bit mental. Alright, smoothing all that. So if I do the generic smoothing first and see where we get coming from this. See, now it's not starting to look too bad. But it's when you look on this side, you go, damn, there's a sheer drop right there, isn't it, boys? So what we got to do now is you got to kind of bulk it out a bit. Like that. And then wiggle it all the way through. Go for the long sides. Start at the top and then come down to the bottom. I do want to look at a little bit of a sheer drop. But obviously this looks mental now. Bring the brush size down. Run that a little bit close. But yeah, I do like the little bit of a drop. It kind of feels a little bit dangerous leading up to it. But the connection's there. There's no need for the connection just yet, so I won't fully connect it. But the connection's there none the least. Nice little consistent flow coming through. We'll sort a bit more of this out right now. There we go. And now we do it over here then, boys. So 1,100, still pumping out the good stuff. You can tell because the water's pumping up this way. Which, with the flow of water, that is technically lower down there. It should all funnel down. And obviously go in this direction. But with the fact that this is kind of being another barrier, it should then start making this produce more, which it is. So this will start producing more because the pressure behind it is starting to build up. With also this. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but hey ho. So what would a road be like going down here? Let me delete back a bit. And I want it to align. It looks all over the place. But I want it to align beautifully. So from here to here. Ooh. Now that's interesting, isn't it? That's a very jagged edge there, isn't it? Well, that's very interesting, this drop here. Now, it could work. It still could very much work. Bring the brush size down, pause. If we smooth it all in the right places. Go at the top as well. Push this top side back a bit. There we go. And that doesn't look too bad now, does it? We have that like little rest area section there. I'm not sure what's going on here though. So we'll get these quickly connected. There we go, guys. Appreciate it. All right, pause again. Smoothing that. And then go from the top, push it out a bit. It is a dangerous road, so it is what it is. And that will lead on to connect up to there. But again, there's no purpose at the minute, so I won't fully connect it. But we have the road going over. So we have the ability then to connect to this area on both sides of this road. I don't know what we would do up here. I have no idea. But the potential and the abilities to do so are now available for us. So water is definitely building up right now because that is getting submerged more and more. But that's now down to 848, 900. So the next wave of filling up is coming in. A little bit of grass there too. Yeah, the next wave of filling up is coming in right now. We got no overspills down here, have we? Nope. Are we pumping to the limits on this? Yep. Again, I've planned this. I did the alignments just right, so it should be planned where we don't overspill it. It should be borderline running to the edge, which is pretty handy. This is all okay. Got a little side access just there, like a little maintenance building or whatnot. That's now pumping out at 224. So again, even higher. Now again, that should get. It might even go up a little bit higher as the other. There we go, 240. So this basically goes up as more water comes down the river. Now more water will come down. It will be the same consistent amount coming from this entry point, but it all depends on how much this is pumping out. The more this pumps out, the more this pumps out. That's pretty much how it's going to work. Simples, mate. And would you look at that, boys? We've now got 75,000 population and even more residential demands. And a couple of little stores and shops on the way to the airport. I don't know how I feel about this, but hey ho. We're too late now, we've pulled it in. So, dead end brush. which don't really exist, I need to create it, is palm trees, which is all there. So, am I free to place it? I pretty much am. Strength, put it right up. Gotta get these puppies connected. There we go. On the roundabout. Can't believe I haven't placed it on the roundabout yet. I still don't know what to do with this area, whether I do place a load in here. If I did the brush size a bit smaller. I don't know whether it kind of masks the driver's point of view. But I think to myself, like in the UK, there's trees on slip roads and stuff like that. So it should be all okay. I mean, I can very easily get rid of it. It's not a problem, is it? So if I did it up here then, or am I truly pushing it too far? Now, it looks weird to all the other trees we've placed around it, but these trees have got to grow. I want you guys to let me know, honestly, did it look better without the trees or with the trees? And then I'll take a percentage of comments from this episode, and I'll change it next episode. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Is it too much? Do I lose the desert vibe by doing that? I feel like it's way too much, isn't it? What if I just got rid of them on... Right, size. On this strip. Like, just on that part. So here it will be the same here. Do you still get the desert vibe then? I don't know how I feel about it, guys. I'll leave it like that. You guys let me know in the comment section, and we'll sort it out next episode. But yeah, sweet stuff, mate. Call your boy the Dam King. Because I'll be building dams for days. Bah. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Ignore what I'm saying. But this puts my electricity production up to 3,000. That's not too bad, is it? There's one thing that we won't run out of in Dead End, and that is power. So that's now 240 going and chugging along beautifully. It's looking good, isn't it? It's looking very good right now. This at the minute is 480. 544, so it will fluctuate, but again, it should all be perfectly balanced. We now have more dams in the region. Oh my goodness me. Guys, this is glorious. This is absolutely glorious. The water levels over here are still the same. They're 100% still the same, so it haven't really affected anything. We're just now harnessing more power out of all the stuff. That is mental, man. I thought this was mental, but that feels not real. Holy smokes. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good.